Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So I wanted to discuss title update 2.1, the live event Resistance, and really discuss what I thought about everything, what I think is going on with the state of the game, and just my overall opinion on what we experienced with the Resistance live event and this new patch. So right off the bat, the Resistance live event, it was fun. I did have a good time. I do think it was a little bit mundane, to be honest, but it brought some much needed life to the island of Aroa. Being that Aroa has been so desolate and so empty, it gives a feeling that it has more life now, with cars being driven around by rebels and helicopters in the sky and a lot of fights going on all over the world. So it is good in that aspect, but I do think there's a problem with the Ubisoft programming, because it seems that this game is programmed to have everything happen around the player, and that's how the code seems to work. Whether it's this live event with the Resistance, no matter where you go, you will hear some type of battling going on between Sentinel and the rebels. Whether it's an Azrael drone, whether it's a helicopter, everything seems to happen around the player, and I think this is a real big mistake for this game, and I hope they can fix it moving forward. If not in this game, in the next game. Things should be programmed to feel organic. Never do you experience an Azrael drone. Let's say you're climbing up a mountain, or you're on the top of one of these high mountain peaks in the game where it's snowing. You'll never see an Azrael drone far off into the distance. Never. Or a helicopter maybe fly oh, miles away from you. Well, it would seem like it's miles away from you. You know, like far off into the distance. Oh, like, oh, there's a chopper. Oh, look, there's an Azrael drone all the way over there. It's usually, if it's not right above you, or it's usually maybe a little off, but it's always right above you. And this is what was wrong, in my opinion, with the Rebel of Resistance live event, is that there was no feeling of it being an organic push, an organic offensive movement. The Outcast base is in the southern tip of the map, one of the islands off of Aroa, to the south, and maybe a lot of the rebel activity should have happened in the locations in the south. And I'm also saying this because supposedly they're going to remove the rebel resistance, which I think might be a mistake. But the way it's programmed, they might have to, because they don't want every time you're playing in game, it's just rebels pop up. But I think if it was programmed to be in certain locations, and only when you go in these certain locations there are actually rebels there, and then maybe organically as time moves on they can program rebels to move into areas depending how they want the story to go. But it's a little too much, just like the Azrael drones and helicopters, etc. Everywhere you go, there's just rebels. It's almost like Sentinel would have no chance at this point because there are rebels everywhere. But I did have a problem also with the fact that the content seemed lackluster. You ran through in about 2-3 hours. Once your battle pass was done, you reached tier, what was it, 12 or whatever, however many tiers there were, and you got the last item and the mortar, or the air shot, missile launch, missile support, or whatever it's called in this one. That was it. There were no daily quests, which was a huge mistake in my opinion, being that it's a live event. During the duration of the event, you should want people to log in, at the very least for skill credits to grind for items that you have in the game. So people should be able to log in every day and do 2, 3, 4 of these daily missions, even if they've completed the battle pass, and maybe they would earn skill credits and things like that. And another thing that I didn't like was the fact that there seemed to be nothing built for this event. What I mean by that is, when we played the Terminator live event, which in my opinion, outside of the fact that it has nothing to do with Ghost Recon, I thought the Terminator live event was really fun. You went to bases and you saw that the T-800s all lined up, ready to be shipped out. And in the last mission, you went down into the bunker where they were all being made, and there was this huge factory, and T-1000s, T-800s, or whatever, were being created, and they were walking around trying to shoot you, and you made it to the end and you fought the last boss. Like, that was made specifically for that event. There was really nothing made for this event. It was basically things already in the game. Save a hostage, shoot a convoy, take over a little area, and help the rebels clear this area and take it over. And there was a little war with you and the rebels and Sentinel. And that's all fine. That's all good and dandy. And that's fun. But it just doesn't seem like a lot. And for a live event, I assumed it would be a lot more than what we got. And it just seems like this title is just the bare minimum at this point, just to keep the game going, to keep players somewhat interacted with the franchise and with this game, to make it seem like we're getting things. And it's like beggars can't be choosers, but I just felt like it could have been a lot better and executed a lot better, especially with something just as simple as making sure people can log in, complete daily quests, and earn scale credits. I mean, did nobody on the team actually thought, hey, if somebody can go through this within a few hours, maybe we should have daily quests every day. And the Terminator Live event was like that. Every day you could rock a daily quest, complete daily quests, log in the next day, and you had fun with that. But yeah, that's what I thought about that. You let me know what you thought about the live event and the rebels and everything that's going on. The fighting in the world is fun. It is fun to watch. It's fun to help. It keeps the player immersed a little bit. So I think trying to extend that as long as you could for the player would have been a good thing. It's funny to see the rebels and Sentinel fight each other. They have a hard time killing each other. It takes forever for someone to kill the other person. So watching the AI fight is pretty funny. The cosmetics were awesome. I thought the cosmetics were great. Any amount of cosmetics added to the game is always welcomed, in my opinion. People love dressing up their character as soldiers or whatnot. It's basically a Barbie for men. I know women play this game too, but it's like dress up Barbie. Guys, we love hooking up our soldiers. So keep the cosmetics coming, and kudos to the developers for ensuring that we could change the colors of a lot of these set pieces. I know in the past, especially in Wildlands and even in Breakpoint, we got cosmetic items and they were specific to a certain color or type of fashion. And now they've really unlocked a lot of that. You can go into these cosmetic items and put whatever type of camo pattern you want on them. So I think that was a really good change for the cosmetics. The cosmetics for the battle pass were cool. The ones in Maria's shop were cool. Cosmetics are great. Like I said, to the devs, kudos, keep them coming. That was a good job. AI teammates, I had a huge video on this. I'll link it up here for you guys if you want to check it out. It's like 40 minutes, but I go into depth into why command wheel doesn't matter. The AI teammates are broken. You just want the AI teammates to follow you, sync shot, and that's it. They're your bread and butter. You're gonna love them. But for all you guys who think you're playing a squad-based tactical shooter, which obviously we're not anymore, this game is nothing like that. Neither was Wildlands, really, and I think we all know that at this point. And I don't know if Ubisoft is willing to come to terms with the fact that that's what players want. But until that day comes, these AI teammates are basically just free kills with sync shot. They're there to help you if you get seen with the oh shit button, which is cleared hot. They run around like morons. At the very least, cleared hot should not have them run around. They should still stay with you. There just needs to be some basic fixes for the AI to get them working and functional on a basic level. Check out my video. I go more into depth with that, and you can let me know what you think about that. But as far as what I think, it's cool that they're back. Cool that you can change their gun. You can change their sex, their gear. All that's cool. We had to wait for a lot of that in Wildlands, so right off the bat we get that now, so that's cool. But other than that, they're basically useless for people who really want to command a team and have them to go to a position, hold a position, open fire, but don't run around like Rambo and get killed and seen. Or so there's a lot of issues there. Keeping it moving, as far as the resistance driving vehicles, I wanted to speak upon. There's still these rebels can drive around in vehicles. The minute you get in one, they hop out. Now with the helicopters, it seemed to be different. At the end of these missions, you were able to hop in a chopper and they would just fly away. So I think someone on the forum said that. I forget who it was. So that's actually cool. It would be cool if you could just get in a vehicle with rebels and they just drive around with you, even if it's just aimlessly. I think that would be really interesting. Um, Enemies dying sounds. They seem to have been fixed finally this time around after claiming they were fixed previously and they weren't. They actually seem like they die now. Only thing I ever hear is more like like they gasp for their last breath when they're dying, like you shoot them and they're like, ugh, they'll die. Which is a huge improvement. So hopefully the dev team really nailed that, and it doesn't come back. That bug doesn't come back. Oh, not skipping around. You know what I liked for the AI banter? With when you shoot someone and they'll go, oh shit, nice shot, boss.
There it is, boss.
Yeah, I got nothing here.
Sweet shot, Ghost Lead.
You know, you figure it, Jen.
Holy shit. Nice shot, boss.
Like, oh man, now you're just showing off. I like that banter. And outside of compounds, I wish there was a little more banter, the way it was in Wildlands. It seemed like there was more of a rapport between you and your team, so that would have been cool.
How many nights we been out here? I'm losing track on my underwear.
You got right side out, front ways and backwards. Then inside out, front and back. I'm right side back. I haven't been changing them.
Yeah, I'm thinking Santa Blanca can smell us from about 5 clicks out by now.
But I like the AI banter in the game when I shoot someone and they're like, yo, good shit, boss. So as far as the resistance AI, they had some annoyances that I found when I would save them. I would go up to them and they'd be like, oh, thank you, you came back for me, I'm so grateful. And the minute I caught their rope, they were like, I don't want to die, I don't want to. They went back to being the annoying AI, and they, like, the scripts went off to be the annoying scared AI that they always are. That was kind of stupid, but that's just nitpicking. Not a big deal.
I'm wondering if we aren't going about this all wrong.
That's the stuff.
Trained sniper.
Help me! I can't be here a second longer.
I see a preacher.
I'm not ready to die. I'm not ready to die.
What else was there? Oh, mud. Mud seemed to be fixed on my pistol. I was walking around in snow and it didn't turn white when it usually did. So they seem to be they either fixed it or it's at least tweaked. I would have to play around with it a little bit more, but I was walking around and my gun stayed clean. It didn't get dirty the way it used to. So kudos to the devs for finally being able to fix that. Sentinel's pants colors. I don't really know why they changed Sentinel's pants colors. That seemed just like a waste of time. They thought I was going to be able to determine between Rebels and Sentinel because they had on jeans. Like, at a distance, I still don't even realize. I have to like zoom in and make sure I'm not killing the wrong person. Half the time I don't even really care. I play with no HUD. Like, whatever. You're in my way, you're in my way. I'm killing everything. So and yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's still bugs in the game. I'm sure finally today, we were supposed to get a patch tomorrow and it came out today. So you guys are seeing this and you haven't tried to log in, you were one of the people who couldn't log in, go try to log in now. It should be fixed. Devs did say that the patch was launched and you can get on now. So kudos for them to getting that out as fast as possible. I know it took a week to get it out, but at least it's out finally. So it is what it is. And that is it. I wrote some things down here. Everything is good. Anything else I can really think of? No, that's it. Episode 3, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, 2.1 I think was a success. I think the game is finally in a place where it could have launched for possibly $60. It still would have sucked. If I would have played the game right now, it still would have sucked. But at least now there might have been a lot less bugs. AI teammates would have been in there. They would have had things ready to go like Terminator event, Rebel event, DLC 2. They could have really maybe had a better roadmap for the year. I'm not sure. But overall, I don't know if this was really enough to do anything as far as gameplay wise, because now, like I said, they're going to take the rebels out of the game. So it's like they come, they go. Uh, uh, I even think at this point, you could have had, the map is so big and it's so barren. Like for the Terminator live event, you still could have had T-800s patrolling like one part of the map. Nobody would care because there's drones everywhere anyway. Maybe one little province could have been taken over by T. Like I don't know. I just feel like when you add content and then content is removed and then people can't really experience it anymore, it would kind of be cool. Or even if like the AI teammates, you guys are gonna continue down this path where you make things but you're not gonna keep it in the game. I think it would be cool if you just programmed the switch for them. Like if I want to run around and just kill T-800s, you should let me. If I want to run around and just run around with rebels, you should let me. You've created it in the game, so if while you're programming it, while you're making these systems and building them out, just create a flip switch, put it in the UI, and let me put it on and off, just like the AI. I think that would be really cool. People would be able to just kind of customize the game the way they want to play when they want to play it. And if there are different, because it's a live service game as well. So if you're not going to keep the world the way you really want it and things are coming and going, you can kind of let people play in the phase that they enjoyed the most. So if people loved Terminator, they can kind of stay in that phase with T-800s rolling around. And is it T-800 or T-100? I don't even remember. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Or if they like this Resistance live event, they could just keep it in this phase when by the flip of a switch and kind of play. It's kind of like what World of Warcraft is doing now. They released Classic WoW, so people who love that expansion just play that expansion and that's it. But I don't know. Anyway, you all let me know what you thought. What do you think about the state of the game? Do you think this live event was enough to keep you into the game, keep you motivated to play the game? Are you even interested in episode 3? Like, where's the story going? That's another thing too. I feel like things are all over the place with the story because it's taking so long to get through the story with live events and season pass content, and I don't even know what I'm to expect in episode 3 at this point. But I mean, I'm having a blast with Ghost of Tsushima. So it is what it is. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, at this point, I don't think there's really much more to say. I think Ubisoft is just kind of giving us the bare minimum. Ubisoft Paris, I think the majority of that team has already moved on, to be honest. I doubt the majority of that team is working on this game. They probably have a handful of really talented people just trying to clean it up, keep pumping out content to us, while the majority of people are working on the next game for 2022, 2023, or whatever. So anyway, you all let me know what you thought of this live event, what you thought of Title Update 2.1. If I missed anything, comment down below. Let me know what it is. We'll discuss some things. And that's it. That's all for this video. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Hit me up in the comments and we will talk. And I'll be streaming Ghost of Tsushima for the next few days until I beat it. It might take me a while because the game is so big. So you're on YouTube one of these days, afternoon, swing by my channel, swing by the live stream, drop in, say what's up, talk about some things live if you want while I'm playing the game. And yeah, so everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great weekend, guys, and I will see you in the next video. All right, peace.